Good day. Here are the stories for the Manila Times for Sunday, July 17, 2022. President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. is looking to renegotiate the country's loan agreements with China for the three big-ticket railway projects that were initiated by the Duterte administration, Malacanang said on Saturday. Marcos issued this directive to the Department of Transportation or DOTR amidst reports that the Chinese loan application for the Bicol, Subic Clark, and Mindanao railway projects have been withdrawn. Citing a statement from the DOTR, Press Secretary Rose Beatrix Trixie Cruz Angeles said that Marcos wants more investments in the rail transport sector and directed the department to go back to the negotiating table to secure these loan agreements. Okta senior fellow Dr. Guido David said on Saturday that the COVID-19 growth rate in the National Capital Region, or NCR, or Metro Manila, has shown a slight decrease from 41% during the week of July 2 to 8 to 28% during the week of July 9 to 15. It means though that the number of cases is continually increasing but at a slower pace. Okta reported an average of 802 cases per day during July 9 to 15 as compared to 624 cases per day logged during the previous week. The independent tracker said the daily average attack rate is now hovering at 5.57 cases per 100,000 populations per day, which is just shy of the 6 per 100,000 population marker for moderate risk based on the Department of Health or DOH metrics, while the reproduction number decreased slightly to 1.38 as of July 12. Healthcare utilization rate remained low at 29.6% or around 1,827 admitted to COVID-19 beds, of which 210 were in intensive care units or 22.8% of the total ICU bed capacity. David expects the NCR cases to peak in the next 7 days with an estimation of slightly above 1,000 cases to be seen, though he told the Manila Times that the 984 cases reported in the region on Friday, July 15, could as well be the peak. He estimated that the current wave of infections in the region could last longer than what South Africa experienced, which lasted around 1.5 months, hence the continuous need to follow health protocols. David issued the warning after DOH said on Friday that the country was experiencing a sustained average of 1,751 cases during the week of July 8 to 14. The weekly positivity rate across the country have reached 10.6%, with the NCR having a 13.6 positivity rate and the Cordillera, Ilocos, Cagayan Valley, Calabarzon or Cavite, Laguna, Batangas, Rizal, and Quezon, Mimaropa or Mindoro, Marinduque, Romblon, and Palawan, Western and Central Visayas, and Northern Mindanao having positivity rates of above 5%. The 5% positivity rate threshold is the benchmark set by the World Health Organization to indicate that the infection is under control. Despite the increasing cases, the DOH said that all regions remain under low risk, with average daily attack rates and healthcare utilization rates remaining below the threshold for moderate risk escalation. As of July 13, 71.2 million Filipinos have already been fully vaccinated against COVID-19, while 15.5 million have received their booster shots. Go Negosyo founder Jose Maria Joey Concepcion III on Saturday urged Department of Health or DOH officer in charge, Maria Rosario Vergire, to initiate reform within the Health Technology Assessment Council or HTAC to accelerate the government's COVID-19 booster vaccination program. Concepcion has been calling on the HTAC to make a second booster shot available to more Filipinos as COVID-19 cases continue to rise nationwide. Concepcion in a statement expressed hope that Vergire's first act as officer in charge of the Health Department is to reform the HTAC and clarify its role. The HTAC was tasked with providing the DOH guidance on the coverage of health interventions and technologies to be funded by the government. He added that by clearing bureaucratic bottlenecks, Vergire will pave the way for better pandemic response in the future, especially when reformulated vaccines resilient to newer variants become available. The Food and Drug Administration or FDA said that the Lucky Me brand of instant noodles manufactured and sold in the country are safe for consumption except for one variant. This comes after trace amounts of ethylene oxide were found in some batches of Lucky Me instant noodles and pancit canton, triggering a recall alert in some European countries. Ethylene oxide is a chemical that is used in food manufacturing to destroy salmonella in agricultural products. The Philippines allows the use of ethylene oxide for gas sterilization of agricultural products products under the Philippine National Standard Bureau of Agriculture and Fisheries Standard or PNS-BAFS under the Code for Hygienic Practice for Spices and Dried Aromatic Herbs. In a statement released on Friday night, the FDA said that the affected batches that contained the pesticide were manufactured in Thailand and are not distributed in the country. It added that as a precautionary measure, it has coordinated with Mond Nissen Corp, the manufacturer of Lucky Me, to determine the levels of ethylene oxide in their food product. The National Nutrition Council, or NNC, has sounded the alarm over increasing cases of malnutrition, including undernutrition and obesity due to the impact of the coronavirus disease 2019 or COVID-19 pandemic. In a briefing on Friday, NNC Nutrition Information and Education Division Chief KUWTT Raval said that in the last 3 decades, more young Filipinos are increasing their weight, especially with the lack of physical activity during the pandemic. Raval said that around 37 million Filipinos are currently overweight or obese, figures that they describe as concerning, and thus urges the government to approve a national policy that would address overweight and obesity. In business, the Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry or PCCI has officially launched its 48th Philippine Business Conference and Expo or PBCNE with the goal of attracting more foreign investors to the Philippines. The PBCNE aims to jumpstart cooperation between the Philippine government and the private sector. With that, the PCCI is hopeful that President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s economic team can steer the economy to recovery. The schedule of events is as follows: 31st South Luzon Area Business Conference, July 21 to 22, 2022 in Tagaytay City. 31st Visayas Area Business Conference, August 25 to 27, 2022 in Ormoc City. 31st Mindanao Area Business Conference, September 1 to 2, 2022 in Tandang City. 30th Metro Manila Business Conference, September 8 to 9, 2022 in Manila. And 31st North Luzon Area Business Conference, September 16 to 17, 2022 in Clark, Pampanga. Topping sports, the Filipinas shoot for their first ever ASEAN Football Federation or AFF Women's Championship as they face Thailand in the finals at the Rizal Memorial Stadium on Sunday. Kickoff is at 8 p.m. The Filipino Lady Boosters have already made a milestone when they made the finals of the biennial tourney for the very first time after defeating and dethroning longtime tormentor Vietnam 4-0 in the semi-finals on Friday. Prior to that win, which saw Halilong and Tanay Anis score a goal each and Serena Bolden a brace, the Philippines lost to Vietnam in their last 15 matches. Marlon Ronquillo is today's front page columnist as he tackles on what is Central Bank Governors Felipe Medallas' Marie Antoinette moment. Today's editorial calls on the Senate of the 19th Congress to prioritize the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership. Read the full version on the paper's opinion section or listen to the Voice of the Times. For more news and information, get a copy of the Manila Times on print, subscribe to its digital edition, or log on to www.manilatimes.net. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram and keep up with the Times. For the Manila Times, this is Paolo Dimapi.
Our longest trusted English newspaper since 1898. Now available digitally. Computer. Order the Manila Times Digital Edition. Subscribed. Get the Manila Times Digital Edition for less than 2 pesos and 50 centavos per day when you sign up for 1 year. The Manila Times, news source of choice, trusted since 1898.